Yo, what's up, y'all? Awesome Nobody here, Awesome Nobody podcast, and I'm doing a deep dive on the Swiss Beats Breakfast Club interview. It just posted today, and I mean, I'm a hip hop historian. I follow the culture closely, and I mean, Swiss has been having an amazing time for the last couple of months with the verse. Really elevated and showed us a platform where content could go, and where it should be. And so, I feel like I started watching the interview, and I had to stop myself because it was just so deep and there was so many things that I wanted to sort of break down. And then right now, this is the third part of me watching the interview. I'm trying to keep my clips like kind of short instead of just watching the whole thing because it's long. And really, at this point, he's really just breaking down himself and the production. So check out the first part where I talk about just the relationship with Swizz and DMX and how Swizz started producing, and how he even came into the dynamic with PK and Dame Grease. And then I started talking about Jay-Z and DMX. I mean, that's a big conversation. And of course, no Jay-Z slander will be tolerated. But at the same time, Swizz brought it up. He said DMX used to, had this fictional thing in his mind that Jay-Z was his villain, or like I said, he should have said arch nemesis, right? Jay should have been his arch. He should have explained it as arch nemesis because they steal sharpen steel, you know what I'm saying? Unstoppable force making a movable object and all that stuff. So, but now we just get into the third part. So I'm just gonna break it down, and as he explains stuff, I'll sort of add more. I'll sort of add more context around what he's saying. All right, so let's get into it.
Producers to
All
add
right.
some different things that I felt that I was missing. Like I just did it. It's big and it's how can we have the biggest project for Dog? This is his
Yeah.
comeback project,
Mhm.
and it was no ego in play. And shout out to all the producers that contribute to the album. Now back to what you just said with the Griselda. I look
Okay, so he said, shout out to all. Wait, I'm gonna play it one more time.
me and
Hood
Avery.
Blues.
I like that one.
Yeah,
Okay,
I produced on the whole album. I just had co-producers and things like that because the
this is
album
a key part. This is a key part.
wasn't about me. The album was like, how can we make a classic, timeless piece?
Okay.
So if I needed some other producers to add some different things that I felt that I was missing, like I just did it.
And so he didn't say the names, and what I was hoping, like I said, I hope he got what he got at is I was hoping he would say PK and Dame Grease, because they are the producers that basically Swiss came in with, right? DNY, showed it on the first part. DNY brought Swiss, his nephew, into the dynamic. PK and Dame Grease. Swiss, they didn't like Swiss beats. Beef started with PK. So I'm not gonna go back into it, but all right. So let's hear it.
it's big and it's how can we have the biggest project for Dog? This is his comeback project,
Mhm.
and it was no ego in play. And shout out to all the producers that contribute to the album. Now back to what you just said with the Griselda. I look up he in the studio with them, so I'm like, what? And he called me like, yo, I'm saying I'm in here with the Griselda boys. Yo, I'm saying? Like I just like they real, I'm saying? Like I just had to come in their space. And I was like, oh, he's working.
Let's
What I'm
go,
saying? I didn't have
X.
to call him. Like he surprised me with the verse.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just so great to see him in his element and his groove. And he started feeling the love when the artist started coming to the
Yeah, he
studio.
was on the
My
gram.
wife
He
came
was on
to
the gram heavy.
studio. Usher came to the studio. Snoop, Snoop he's
Yeah.
a different level, bro. Like Snoop hospitality that he showed us in that
He
studio.
basically
'Cause X
saying
got
Snoop turned
motivated
into
after
Martha
Versus
Stewart.
to do the record. You know what I'm saying? He got his confidence back
Mm-hmm.
because all of the fans was like, yo, his record started going back on the charts and younger artists started calling him for verses and things like that. And so that was the energy that we kept
Mm-hmm.
to go through the album. So we didn't even leave LA. We stayed at Snoop's studio from Versus and finished the album.
Wow.
You
Really?
see what I'm saying? Yeah. Snoop cooked for us every night. Like I never
Wait, he said he didn't even leave after
like,
verses. Hold
he
on,
would even
y'all
if he
missed
didn't
that.
Snoop hospitality
Y'all
that
missed
he
that.
showed us in that studio because X got motivated after Versus to do the record. You know what I'm saying? He got his confidence back
Mm-hmm.
because all of the fans was like, yo, his record started going back on the charts and younger artists started calling him for verses and things like that. And so that was the energy that we kept
That's a
to
key
go through the
point
album. So
right
we
there
didn't
too.
even leave LA. We stayed at Snoop's studio from Versus and finished the album.
Wow.
You
Really?
see what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, Snoop cooked for us.
But see, this the thing too. That's some rich, you know what I'm saying? Excuse my language. That's some rich nigga shit. Like, well, shit. Swiss got 3 houses out there. You know what I'm saying? X, they basically get him a spot anywhere, hotel, flies the whole family out. So they just like, yo, let's use the studio. We already feeling the vibes. It's got the good energy. Let's lock in. Ain't that what they people do anyway? So he locked in at Snoop studio. He wasn't using it. I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? He said I'm sure he built it. You know what I'm saying? Just a friendly, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you something, you know what I'm saying, for this, because that studio was type nice. And I'm sure Snoop, you know what I'm saying? Because it's at his house, right? So he basically lived with them. Yeah, that's funny as hell. But nah, I love to hear it. That's a dope story. I mean, that shows dedication. Like, basically what Swizz is doing is saying that, like, a lot of people are saying that he might not have had the motivation, you know what I'm saying, that he once had. And he's basically saying that's not true. He's saying he had the motivation. He's saying that he was ready for it all. Like he stayed at the studio. Now, whether it was, all right, I'm gonna stay here, get everything uploaded, get all the sounding and the mics, and I'm gonna have you come back here 3 weeks later. Because sometimes it be like that, right? Swizz got a big schedule. DMX got a big schedule. Because I seen him in Miami a lot. I mean, he was down there with Nori in Miami a lot, But so who knows how it worked out? But it's great to hear.
Every night. Like I never even seen that in our industry. Like he would, even if he didn't have a studio session, he would come in, cook for us, make sure we straight, and go about his business. I was every day. I was like, this is different.
I mean, that's just being a good person. Like, I feel like people in the industry.
Yeah, X was like, I like the verses and everything. But I just wish,
people in the industry get overshadowed as just being a-holes. Like, you know what I'm saying, not really listening and not really dedicating their time. So this is big if he's saying, like, just the dude Snoop, dedicated his time, but he also knew how. Snoop is a charmer, right? I mean, this man has charmed the world, of course. So why wouldn't it be any different with them? Like Swizz, what Swizz just did for Snoop is like grandkids, grandkids. You know what I'm saying? Like
that I had new music to show people today, like where my mind is at, where I'm at. I was like, yo, okay, well, let's do it. And that's when I knew he was serious. I knew he was serious when he did verses, but then I knew he was serious when we stayed in LA and he was coming to the studio at 12 in the afternoon, because as his producer, I know that's the time you're going to get the best vocals. I can't work with X at 8 p.m. It's finished. It's done already. His voice is sore. He talks different. He talks like he raps.
Right.
So by the time it's 8 o'clock, like we're gonna have to do the vocals over anyway.
How hard was it for him to do verses? Did you have to talk him into it, or like is that an easy sell for
him? No, man. X, because X is a battle rapper,
right?
Like he didn't. I had to let him really digest the concept.
All right, so I mean, everybody heard the stories about DMX and battle rapper, and if you haven't, let me see if I can find the one where T-Rex battle. So T-Rex is a infamous street battle rapper. You know what I'm saying? Much respect out to him, and he talk about the battle rap. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna play T-Rex because T-Rex the one who said it. I'm seeing here they got Murder Moot talking about it on Drink Champs, but it was really T-Rex story. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to T-Rex. I'm gonna play T-Rex version.
Rap-matic battle rap on iTunes.
Oh, didn't start rhyming. I needed a name. I couldn't just be T. I couldn't be Ice. T. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, fuck it. I just added the Rex on. So
that's actually hard. That's hard.
On where I'm from Harlem, New York City, 112th Street, no fear. I got a battle rapping because I was around people like, Big L,
rest in peace,
Sean Cross, Infrared, like people that was making
Cross
noise
is a big deal
Harlem,
too,
and they was battling. So it was like, this the only way you're gonna make some noise right here in the street. I come from the era where we was doing this on a corner with 25 people. I never thought this should have grown to be this big, ever. We filled up barbershops, now we filling up arenas. At an event that's $100 a head to get in, and there's 3,500 people there. So it feel good as hell. Because I'm saying, a nigga dream was always to make money off of music. You ain't know which way. We had never thought it was battling. You know what I'm saying? So it actually is. I mean, it's an undescribable feeling, man. It's an undescribable feeling. It's like they say, when you smoke crack for the first time, the reason they keep doing it is because people be chasing their first high.
Yo, so that's a little too much detail.
Battling, you get that high every time.
Let's get to the story. My bad, y'all. My bad.
A lot of these battles is, man, that take on that stage. It's 20 days left for the battle. So much time. I know what's coming down. Maybe a day preparation.
I was hoping he got right to
players.
it. Like,
And I just start spitting that. I said, yo, X, yo, I want to battle this nigga. One of the best basketball players in Harlem history. He said, yo, Rex, yo, DMX over here, yo, come battle this
oh,
nigga.
here we go.
And I said, yo, I went over there and I said, yo, X, yo, I want to battle, man. And X was like, a word, shorty. And I just start spitting at the nigga. That's the shit that showed me battling wasn't no game. You know what I'm saying? That shit showed me that nigga X went the fuck off. He was punching and he was loud and he was aggressive. And he did a little trick with his dog. You know what I'm saying? He did some shit with his dog where he was like, Missy, sick him. And the dog said, got up and said, "Ugh," and like she was growling at me. And he said, chill, mama, let me get him. And the dog sat back down. And he kept rapping. Battle over.
Shit.
Battle over. It was nothing I could have said to win that one.
Yo. It's hardcore. Nah, see, that's a great story, man. Shout out to T-Rex for, that was him. You know what I'm saying? That was him. But Moot, I ain't even gonna do that. I ain't gonna compare the two stories, but somebody lying somewhere. You know what I mean? But I think they both was there, you know what I'm saying? Moot and T-Rex grew up together, you know what I'm saying? One style influenced each other. It's pretty much like Consequence and Kanye. I mean, DMX and Dragon even, like just similar styles and stuff like that. Like,
To get an honest
so
day's
let's get back
work.
to the interview anyway. Let's hear what else Swizz got to say about DMX.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do somebody dirty, so I'm telling you, what I'm saying, like, you know.
So he thought DMX thought it was a regular battle.
Like, so be careful who you pick, because I'm gonna do them dirty. I said, whoa. this is not that, dog. I said, this is
Once again,
celebration,
Jay-Z
sharing
should have
of music.
100% battled DMX. 100%. He should have battled DMX on the verse. And like he just said, it's not really battle, but he should have done it.
You know, two people that respect each other. And then I just left him alone. I just left him with that. And then he started watching it and really paying attention. And I think it was the Patti LaBelle one. It was one of those old school ones that he got it. He called me. He's like, all right, I see what this is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm in. You know, and I was like, what you think about Snoop? He's like, perfect. I said, dog with the dog. He's like, perfect. Once he was in, he was in.
The dog with the dog.
I knew it was real when he got on the plane. Because X will tell you in and missed 60 planes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He was on time. I give it to him.
You know, you said earlier that it was kind of a shock to you when X passed away.
Yeah, we wasn't on that time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? X wasn't on that time.
You know, this is a celebration of life, man.
You know, I was happy when he had to wait on him because I knew he was healthy. You understand? And so
yeah, that's another thing too, man.
He was really
when
going hard.
when people be putting so much pressure on people, like, yo, I seen him, you fat, you putting on weight. That's a sign of life. Like, that's good life. You know what I'm saying? Usually the fattest people are the richest, but you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of problems that come with being overweight, especially for your height and your size. So I understand what he's saying, but like, that just mean them nigga eating good.
Gave him strength, and I think that really helped him out a lot. And so there was other times I was worried. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen X in serious situations, but this time we was chilling. Like,
I've seen X in some serious situations. Yo, what could he be talking about? Like, this is what I be saying. Like, what is he talking about? What serious situation could he be in? Like, what could he be in? Like, I remember he was in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? I remember he wasn't feeling well, but I just want to know, like, what serious situations could he be in? But listen, I'm gonna let it play. I'm gonna run and get the charger real quick. So I'm gonna let it play for a second.
It was like chilling. Like, he was supposed to go home, go see the family, take a break. Then we was gonna start the 2-month workout plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was looking forward. He calling me about the workout. I'm like, damn, like, okay, you want to go to you ready, huh? He was like, yeah, I'm saying, I'm tired of this belly. I want, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go dark on him. Then we're gonna show me in the gym, show my transition. Then we dropped the album. So it was a whole plan, and he was with it. He was geared up, you know. Yeah, I didn't. It caught me way left.
You remember where you were at?
I was in Saudi Arabia.
Mm.
And what's crazy is, before I left, he called me, and he was like, he told me he wanted to be with me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, yo, I just want, you know what I'm saying? I want to be where you at. Like, you know, like let's connect. I just want to be next to your energy. And X don't never really call me like that. You know, it's something he'll probably tell me in person, but like he
Right.
picked up the phone, like he stepped out of a club or something, because I could hear it in the background, and he personally said that to me, and I was like, okay, well, why don't you come with me on this trip? You know what I'm saying? I said it'd be great. You like the desert. It's a good getaway. I think it's cool for us to just get away and for you to see something different. And he's like, yo, that sounds good. He was like, how long is the flight? I said 17 hours. I don't want to be next to you that long. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I don't want to be next to you that long. I was like, no, I'm saying, you know, it's a good vibe. We got the studio, you know, like time is gonna go fast on the plane. Trust me. He's like, I'm gonna call you back.
You know it's a vibe when they got
And
the
then,
studio.
Of course, I didn't hear from him, so I left like 2 days later. And then like 2 days after I got there, he wrote me. He wrote me a text and was just like, man, you know, I just appreciate everything you've done for me. You know, I just want to tell you,
Man, made him a millionaire.
I was like, okay, you're being a little weird, but wrote him back. I said, appreciate you too, dog for life. And I sent him the
Dogs for, it was literally
Mr.
dogs for
Magic
life.
Rap Attack playlist that I found with all the old school hip hop vibes, and that was our last text.
You know the word Exodus, it means the road out. So when you hear that,
I'm
does
sure
that
he knew
title
that,
make you
Charlamagne.
feel
I'm
like
sure they knew that.
X knew?
I'm sure they knew that.
I think he knew something for sure.
Mhm.
Because like, you know, when I look at like when I look at like, let's say Kobe, you know, like before Kobe left us, I seen him everywhere. I couldn't believe I was seeing him everywhere. You know, I'm like, yo, he's at Puff Party, he's here. I never personally seen Kobe out like that. Like it was just like he was just out making his rounds. And I seen that same parallel line with Dog. Like I've seen him voluntarily doing interviews. Everybody from Miami calling me. He's showing up. He's at T.I.'s house. He's all over the damn place. I'm just like, dog, like
you know, there's some crazy stuff going on if you at T.I. house.
Like, this is the new you. And he was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm setting up, you know. So I'm doing the groundwork. So when we dropped the album, I did the groundwork. So you know, so it's not just popping up. And I was like, okay, I understand that, but it was just weird to me that
Yo, it's
he was in
hilarious.
so many places. Like people have so many stories like that was just with him. Like,
Right.
and
People have great stories about like just who didn't even know him, just about
Yo,
running
that's
into
real
him
talk. I knew
and
people
how he
like
treated people.
ran
And I
into him
think
at the
that's how
airport.
anybody
I'm
should
from
want to be.
Jersey, and so Newark Airport, I know people that ran into him at Newark Airport, and just, you know what I'm saying, like that same energy, like just that same energy, it just really give it to you. Like, yeah, what's up? Like, yeah, take a picture. Like, you know what I'm saying? They always say like no security, you know, just out there going around. Like it's big. That's big.
you know, it was a different energy seeing him laid back like that. You know, that interview was a little deep because it was an ex that I've never seen. You know,
I actually, and that's interesting that he'll put it. I actually didn't see. I actually didn't see the DMX Uncensored, because I kind of like to give him time to rest for a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the man just died. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they just like automatically got the interview out. Like, I know they had it in the clip, but like, I don't know. I just believe in time, so I just wanted to give
I
it
had a lot of
time.
fun doing Belly. Had a lot of fun doing Belly.
What's going on?
I gotta clip that. They're gonna take it off. But yeah, y'all know Belly. Of course, Hype Williams at his finest, greatest interview. I mean, intro, one of the greatest intros.
Because Irv Gotti and Hype are friends. So Hype did the Get At Me Dog video. You know? And I think like once
That's right, he did do Get At Me Dog.
You know, he just saw the energy and the vibe. He's like, yo, you do a movie? You want to do a movie? And
Get At Me Dog.
Hell yeah. So the first reading I did was at Hype's house.
Yeah, what's so funny to see to think that they was really doing movies back in the 90s, like when that came out. Like, I mean, like hiring real crews. I mean, it's kind of like they knew the secret, like the Fiverr or something like that. Like they just like, yo, go on Fiverr, get somebody to do the edit, and then they come back with it. They just be like, yo, we here, we got a couple people, we shoot the scene, it is what it is. Like, cause think about it, like Think about state property. That was, even though we was all hype about that, that was some low budget stuff, right? And everybody got cell phones now, and people can really shoot everything on this. And imagine that if you can shoot your way to freedom with this, like you can legitimately make a movie that's just as good as Belly if you try. If you try, I don't know, but like I said, I wanted to finish hearing this
with Terrell Hicks, and I was a little intimidated. I mean, house way upstate, nice, like big log cabin. This was dope. And then she's there, Now I had to crush her since the Bronx Tale.
Jay.
Yeah, anybody that seen Bronx Tale was like, yo.
Oh, that was Keisha from Bronx Tale. I always knew that, but didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not easy to realize that you fit in with a certain group of people if you've never been amongst those people. I mean, I know that talent, but
that's real.
I know if I was had movie talent. I mean, yeah.
That's real right there.
It's not an easy thing to just accept and ride with. You see people that you watch the movies your whole life, and like, it's like, oh shit, yo, you that from? Yep.
How humble shooting. How humble is DMX to say that? Like, this is the DMX, like, top 5 famous person in the world, probably more famous after his passings, right? Respectfully, his passing. And he's like, yo, how humble is he to say he was nervous? Like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? And okay, so I kind of get what Swizz was saying, like a type of DMX I've never seen. Like, how humble is DMX at this moment? Like, I showed you the other interview on my other parts, because I did part 1, part 2, and this is part 3. I mean, that aggression and that, you know what I'm saying, dog, that alpha, like, is totally different now with, you know what I'm saying, how he's in this interview. He's almost like, he said it was a DMX he never seen. So, all right. So I just wanted to click into that. I think he's talking about how humble DMX was, in this. But I guess, if somebody come in and tell me it's a big deal, and I understand that it's a big deal, you know what I'm saying? And then guess what? I'm gonna act accordingly. And that's what DMX, they said DMX said he didn't know he fit in with the acting crowd. That was good acting. That was good acting.
And so laid back and on purpose.
Yeah, he was.
It's either he want to do the interview, so he's excited.
Yeah.
Purpose.
Yeah.
It's either he want to do the interview, so he's excited,
yeah,
or he don't want to do the interview, and you could tell he's annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So he wasn't excited or annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like comfortable in his skin and just giving it to you easy and I don't know, like, it just, I was listening to it and I was just like, something was on his mind at that time as well, though.
Did he like to do interviews?
No.
Because he loved the Breakfast Club for some reason. He always would come,
yes,
always would
and be
reach
here
out
all day too,
yes,
after the interview.
All
That's a
day
fact.
long.
That's a fact.
One day I left after the interview and I was gone for I had to go do something in Jersey. I came back, he was still here.
Nah, he stayed there for hours. He took the marker and wrote graffiti all on the wall. We had to have people come clean the wall off. I'm like, who's gonna tell X to stop? I'm not gonna tell X to stop.
He was outside eating hot dogs.
Yeah.
Nah, that's if X loved you, it wasn't nothing you could do about it. So he felt the energy.
Yo, on that note, that's just, you know what I'm saying, he hard to handle in between interviews, so let him stay there. Like, that's old school artistry stuff. Like, yes, you got a meeting because it's so early, your next meeting not till 3. So they basically was like, can he stay here until 3? Like, maybe get on another interview, talk to people, get to know the staff, like, because he's a likable guy, so why not? I mean, you want to put people where their strengths is at, so leave him at the radio station. That's how he gonna always be that's the true definition of a friend of the show. He just over there chilling. He's over there chilling. But that's love, though. I know people like that too, that you could literally drop them off anywhere. They could be good. They have 50 friends. I know somebody, we dropped him off in Brooklyn. He knew the whole block by the end of the day, like, because these are familiar settings. These are areas we grew up in. Like, we knew all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's interesting.
Yeah, he felt protected. He felt he could be real with you guys. He liked that type of stuff, even if it's raw. Like, he don't like the fake zones. So he felt the real zone with you guys.
Zone.
Every time I see him up here, I was like, Man, I just hope you don't talk about no other artists, man.
I like that though, because he definitely.
She would say she like
I
that.
think when you say something and then you can come back and say, you know what, I shouldn't have said
Yes,
that.
that's bad media training.
That's really mature, and that's a good example.
Yeah,
for other
you better
people,
think
'cause
about
sometimes
that.
people want to like double down on things and don't want to admit when they're wrong.
I agree with that.
Yeah, he did it with Drake. With Drake,
Mhm.
he said
Look at
the guy
Envy.
reached out to him, and I thought that was real. Now, did you ever reach out?
Look
Did
at
y'all ever-
Envy.
You and Drake ever squash your things? I know one time you and Drake were going back and forth.
Did you?
No, we haven't spoken.
Look at
We
the
haven't
Swizz laugh.
spoken,
Look at
you
Swizz
know,
laugh.
Going back and forth.
No, we
You all ever,
Look
you and
at
Drake
Swizz
ever
laugh.
squash your things? I know one time you and Drake were going back and forth.
no, we haven't spoken yet. You know, we haven't spoken. You know, we haven't spoken. You know.
Yo, quiet, silence. What was the beef? I do not know what the beef was. Let's see. Let's see if we can find what the beef was. What was the beef? Swizz and Drake beef. What was the beef? Uh-oh, the Buster leak. Ooh, over the Buster leak. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, yo, rude boy. Yo, you pull out a gun tonight, then I ain't never see you use.
And I'm glad my dog have a bulletproof vest on.
Because
And
it
I
makes
feel
me,
you, and I
because
feel-
I wasn't planning on using anything, but like the fact that you couldn't put out something that somebody came to you to listen, man. It's about Busta Rhymes tonight.
I don't want to get him misconstrued. I don't want to get him misconstrued. He didn't come to me to make a record with me. He wanted to do Dilla beats. That's what it was about. Like this. That's what I'm saying. So
listen, man. That kid is a good kid as well. He's not a bad kid. He's a good kid. He started from different things. We made hit record together. It's all love. It's all love. I don't want no problems with anything. I just want to play music because my filter is burnt.
I understand, and so is mine.
Burnt.
And so is mine, King.
My filter's burnt.
But you know what, too? You know what we stand on, too, King? Me and you both stand on making sure we understand everything before we express how much
Yo, Bus trying to swing at his head.
That's all. I just want to give you the fullness on the understanding.
At the end of the day, niggas is pussy for real. What's up? Pop off. Let's go.
Look at Busta face. Look at Busta face. No wonder he ain't speak to Drake. No wonder he ain't speak to Drake, son. No wonder he ain't speak to Drake. No wonder he did not speak to Drake. Did you speak to Drake? No. Yo. No wonder he ain't speak to Drake. No wonder he ain't speak to Drake. And that's what, and that's why. Look, Swizz Beatz doubles down on shady Drake comments. What did Angela just say? Holy no. What did Angela just say? Oh, this is getting deep. Yo, hold on. Let me run this back. Where was it? Here. Hey, was it here?
I was gone for like I had to go do something in Jersey. I was out. Back and say, you know what, I shouldn't have said that. That's really mature, and that's a good example for other people, because sometimes people want to like double down on things and don't want to admit when they're wrong. I agree with that. They did it with Drake.
Was that a shot? Yo, was that a shot? Was that a shot? I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. Was that a shot? I had no idea that the Breakfast Club be doing shots like this. I had no idea. That was a smooth shot. Look how smooth Swizz was though.
On purpose. You know, like it's either doing his
Views.
Yes, he
always
does.
would.
Still here.
Nah, he stayed there for.
So he felt talk.
You know, I think when you say something and then you can come back and
'Cause he
say,
talked
you know
about
what,
Drake.
I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
That's
I
really
respect
mature, and it's a
She
good
was trying to
example
get it
for
out.
other people, because sometimes people
Double
want to
down,
double
like.
down on things and don't want to admit when they're wrong.
I agree with that.
He did it with Drake. With Drake, he, you know, he said he was a good guy. Reached out to
Whoo,
him.
y'all on the
I thought that
Breakfast
was
Club
dope.
like to play
Did
with
you ever do
fire.
that? Did you and Drake ever squash your thing? 'Cause I know one time you
Oh,
and Drake were going
man.
back and forth.
Of
No,
course
we
he ain't
haven't-
speak
we
to
haven't
Drake.
spoken yet. You know, we haven't spoken.
Of course he ain't speak to Drake.
You know, we haven't spoken.
Of course he ain't speak to
How do
Drake,
you
bro.
feel when people try to act like no one gave X his flowers or tried to help him when he was here?
I wouldn't say no one. I just when I made my speech about that, you know, those who giving him his flowers in his garden, which a lot of fans did, a lot of people around the world definitely did.
What did he
for
say?
sure.
Like,
I'm mainly talking about the people that he wanted them from, that was close to him.
I got you.
Understand?
I mean,
Family
that makes
and
sense.
So-called friends and things like that.
Let him
You know,
clarify.
I was really around X. I really know the conversations. I really, you know, I've been there for the whole thing since 17. You know, really since 15. I met X at 15, but the fame started at 17 with us. And just
That's
see
early to be famous, for
the
real,
people
for real.
come and go, and the inconsistency of love, and the endless wanting and taking, and not being there when he didn't mind giving, you know what I'm saying, but like at least give him the love back.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
And so like I just got a little annoyed, you know, because it was just like, at least let this day be about him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was
Talking
making it about
passing.
them. They wasn't even, like,
Talking about
even
passing.
Kanye let it be about dog. You know what I'm saying? Like Kanye had a full mask on. You didn't even know where he was at in the
It
building.
couldn't even
He
have been
was on stage.
Kanye.
You didn't know
Oh, he
who
was there?
Yes.
Yeah, Sunday service.
Yeah, he did the Sunday service.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because DMX did Sunday service.
yeah, he did it 3 times. Him and Ye had a great relationship. You know what I'm
That's why
saying?
people were like
Yo.
upset about it, but they had that relationship.
I
and he
mean,
supported.
respect to Ye, man. Just once again, respect to Ye. Like, everybody has a role. I think very highly of Kanye on his music tip. I understand the political tip, not so much, because, you know what I'm saying, I understand why he's doing it, why he did it, because of the power of the voice and the people, all that stuff, and the influence. But at the same time, that's where influence has the most power among your own people. Like, you try to go to TikTok, it's a whole different arena than Instagram. Like, Kanye came back and stayed with his Instagram family for lack of better, you know what I'm saying, you know, analogies. But Kanye, man, once again, just knows how to do it, like, and does it out of the love. Like, that's the difference between him and Hove. Hove makes it so much about so many other things and always about himself. But these are entirely two different people. You know what I'm saying? Kanye's different. Jay-Z's different. DMX is different. They all legends,
And
though.
with that Sunday service.
X was super proud of Kanye for stepping out and what he believed in, and X wanted to do like a Sunday service himself.
Mhm.
So for him seeing Kanye doing it, he was super happy for him. And he was like, yo, anytime you need me to talk. But I remember when I first got the phone call of him doing, he called me like, yo, you know what I'm saying, you and Kanye good? I was like, yeah, why you saying? He's like, nah, because I knew you had a problem with the hat and all this stuff here. I just want to make sure y'all good. I said, nah, we good. You know, Kanye is, you know, he is his own man. I'm not gonna really judge him off of things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Problem with the hat. Oh yeah, yeah, that, oh yeah, yeah. Wait.
You know what I'm saying? But when I told him that me and Kanye was good,
All right, what was he talking about here? Kanye with the hat. Like, what was he talking about? Swizz beats Kanye hat. Like, what was the beef with the hat? Oh, yo, this is hilarious. Yo, Swizz is bugging. Yo,
I just seen that SNL Kanye, and I hear you talking about you being bullied for the hat. It feel kind of funny because we was just talking about the hat less than 48 hours ago. Tiana Taylor was in the studio, Fred was in the studio, a bunch of people was in the studio, and I was just addressing how uncomfortable the culture feel with you representing somebody that's blatantly hurting our people. You understand? So, you know, like, ain't nobody bullying you. We love you. We love you. We're not bullying you, but you gotta stop that shit, man. That shit ain't right. And now you know how I feel. I feel just like this still.
Yo, I had no idea. Swizz been going hard. Swizz been going hard on everybody. I didn't understand what he meant by he said the hat. When he said the hat, yo, bugged out, my boy. Swizz out here with a full bug. Wow. That's why DMX asked him, "Are y'all good?" Because holy, but Jesus, I got to curse. Fuck. Yo, are we good? Are you and Kanye good? Because it don't look like it. Yo, Swizz. It don't look like it. Are y'all good? Because it don't look like it. Jesus Christ. I didn't know Swizz was out here like that. Like I popped in and out on Swizz. I didn't understand. I didn't know he was out here like that.
You need a response.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know he was out here like that. He out here.
Express
like that.
Employment Professionals can help. Express knows jobs.
Yo,
get to know
my
Express.
bad.
He was so excited, like, thank you, Jesus. And I was like, wow, like, what's up? And he's like, nah, he want me to, talk at the service. And I was like, wow, but that's how X was. Like, he almost asked for my permission.
Right, he's loyal.
To do something.
Loyal,
He's
loyal.
always been loyal. Like, you never seen X with another label. Like, even when he started Bloodline Records, he had a Rough Rider R on. You know what I'm saying? Like X was just a different. He's different. You know
Now, we seen how spiritual he was, but where did that come from? Like, did you ever see X, reading the Bible? Like, where?
That's a
like,
good question,
he was
though.
just so spiritual, and
That's a real good
where
question.
it was. It could have
He's a
been
pastor.
at Popeyes. It could have been at a club. It could have been in a restaurant before shows. Like, where would he get that from?
You're
gonna say it was just in him.
Like a new thing. I always knew him for that, right? So it wasn't like strange. It wasn't like something happened and he became holier than thou, right? He was always like that. Like we can be going through like some.
I mean, that's black culture, raised in the church. I mean, some people take to it, some people don't. I mean, honestly, if I took it to perspective, growing up in the church, Sunday school, and parents, grandmother, and remember, he said he was raised by his grandmother. So his grandmother probably was really like acted like that, like Jesus, Lord, like everything was sort of backed by the Lord, and he probably took it in a different way. But him being so creative and artistic, it manifested through everything he was, because, and then people start responding to it. Like, because think about it, if you be like, God is great, and he'd be like, all the time, God is good. Like, there's a whole thing that everybody knows that people can say, and you get a response from it. And especially if you got an entertainer at heart, you know how to move. That's crowd control. So he knew how to get a reaction when it came to standing in front of large groups of people. Like, you just talk about the glory, and they respond. Yeah, man. But yeah, I mean, I wanna get into the next part, but I want to keep these short. So look, this is the third part. I'm going to come back with the fourth part. So like I said, the Awesome Nobody podcast. Check out my podcast anywhere you like to listen to your podcast, anywhere that they streaming. Just search Awesome and be surprised at what you get. And check out the next episode. Awesome.